Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome to BGTU YouTube. So today we're going to talk about process over profits. Oftentimes when people are trading, they are just trying to get to the bag and they don't have a process and they feel that just jumping in trades anywhere is an effective way to trade. And I'm here to tell you is really not. And I'm going to show you a few things of why we want to have a process over versus just focusing on profits. So, our disclaimer, you can pause to read. Government required risk disclaimer. Always trade at your own risk and never follow anyone blindly. That includes me. You can lose a lot of money in trading, so make sure that you understand what you're doing. And we are going to talk about process over profits. Success in trading doesn't come from chasing profits, it comes from mastering and sticking to a proven, repeatable process. Profits are a byproduct of discipline, not the goal. So, profits are not the goal, they are a byproduct of the discipline. I want to make sure you pick that up because it's very important. So, we're going to have to reset your mindset. So, we're going to look at a trader's mindset. What is a trading process? Building your trading plan, mechanically executing, systematizing your trading, real world applications, and process over profit journal template. So, why is mindset everything? Almost in all of my teachings, mindset is a module. It's something I talk about, it's something I teach about because trading is 80% psychological and 20% technical. I keep telling you guys, the technicals are the easy part. Managing you is the hard part. So we have to talk about mindset, emotions, psychology, discipline, patience, because all that comes into play here. Emotions such as fear, greed, and revenge trading are the biggest account killers. I can tell you, I've experienced all of these. Like, there's no need to lie. If you trade, you have experienced this. If you have taken too many bad trades, you become fearful to take the next one. If you have gotten too greedy and say a trade went against you, and instead of exiting, you added to it and lost more, I guarantee you every trader has done that. Revenge trading, you lost so much money, and so you're going to go in with 10 contracts and get it all back, and you lose that too. So you have to work through all those emotions. And there is nothing that any coach or anyone can do for you. We can give you the tools, but you have to do the work. A strong mindset creates consistency, which leads to profits over time. So trading is not let's get rich quick tomorrow. I'm going to turn $100 into 50,000 in 10 days. Is it possible? More than likely. Can the average person do it? Probably not. Because you are fighting your emotions such as fear, greed, revenge trading. That's what you're fighting. So, are things possible? Yes. I never want you to think they're not. It's just you're fighting you. So, once you master yourself, then you can do things like that. The dangers of chasing profit. Focusing on profits leads to overtrading and ignoring setups. So if your only goal is to profit and not take the best trades, you are going to struggle. It creates an emotional roller coaster based on wins or losses. Some people have, like, I have to have an 80% win rate or 90% win rate. The win rate really don't make a difference one way or the other. What you really want is to be consistent. Your win rate can be you win 50% of the trades you take and you lose the other 50. As long as when you win, those wins are way bigger than the ones that you lose, you're good. It can cause traders to abandon their plan when a trade goes against them. So it's very easy to do and say that your trade doesn't work. So you have to stick to your plan. And then when it doesn't work, just remember sometimes your plan is just not going to work out because the market has other ideas of what it wants to do. And it has nothing to do with you. Shifting from outcome based thinking to process based thinking. Focus on executing your plan perfectly rather than making money. Some of the things you can do is if, and this depends on your trading platform, but let's say you're trading futures, you can take the money off and see your progress in ticks versus actual dollars and cents. So that kind of takes some of the outcome based thinking and helps you be more process based. Wins and losses are feedback, not validation. So it doesn't matter if you won or lost a trade. It matters if you followed your strategy and you execute it like you were supposed to. And detachment from the outcome allows for clearer decision making. I'm not even going to lie. I don't know how to tell you how to detach from the outcome. It comes with practice. And there are times that you will be able to detach, and there are times that you will not be able to detach from the outcome. So I can't give you like, do this to detach. It's something you have to work through. And this is the part of trading that no one tells you about. Just some of these things, you got to work through them. I don't care what I say, you have to experience them and figure out how to manage them for yourself. I can give you tools and tips and tricks, but until you experience it and go through it, it will be difficult for you to manage it until you actually experience it. So, what is a trading process? Components of a solid trading process. You have a pre market routine where you go and you check the news, you check your support and resistance, you check the economic calendar. Forex, I think it's forextrading.com. I think I show you in here, but it's one of the ones I go and look on the economic calendar because the economic calendar will move price up or down. Strategy checklist, the criteria that must be met to enter the trade. So honestly, you should have yours like taped to your monitor. If you have it on your phone, you should have it in the notes of your phone. And you should go through, and it doesn't mean you have to manually check, but it's like, is it at support? Is it at resistance? Do I see this? Do I see that? Okay, all the things are in place. I can take this trade. If all the things are not in place, I need to wait. And if the trade moves on without you, guess what? There's always another trade. That's not the only one. So you sit and you wait for the next one to come. Risk management, define per risk per trade or max drawdown, max trades per day. If you're saying I'm only going to lose 500 per day and 100 per trade, that means you're only taking 5 trades. So you have to have some type of risk management in place and post market review. That review is more or less you journaling, looking at your entries. You took screenshots of your trade, and then your metrics. One of the new things that we offer that's coming out is we are looking at a performance review, a performance analysis of all your trades, and we're giving you very targeted, specific information for improvement based on your habits. So it's not like a copy and paste template and everybody gets the same thing. You get things that are targeted for you and your specific issues because of those journal entries. So, what does your routine look like? You have to have your morning prep, your mental check in. Did you sleep well? Did you eat breakfast if that is a thing for you? Do you have a headache? Like all these things can affect your trading because you need to focus on executing. During trading, a checklist based on execution, screenshots of each trade, because now you can go back and look and say, it's like, hey, I don't know why I keep missing this trade or what it is. Now you can go back and look and find out what are you missing that you keep missing your entry to your trade. If you have screenshots and things to go back and check. After trading, journaling, self assessment, plan for improvement. The journaling really helps, especially when you put in, I was feeling like this, or I had a headache, or I didn't sleep, or my dog kept me up all night, or whatever the case. If you notice when you have headaches, you trade poorly, guess what? Don't trade when you have a headache. But sometimes we don't realize that if we don't document it. I came from the pharmaceutical industry, so they say if you didn't document it, it didn't happen. So we need documentation to go back and look to find our patterns so that we can work to improve them. We can't improve what we don't know to fix. So, what is a trading process? So, I want to start with the difference between a process and a system. A system is a set of rules. A process is the entire operational workflow, including the planning, the execution, and review. So that's your pre market, that's your checklist, that's your execution of the trade, that's your journaling, and then looking for improvements. That's your entire process. Where your system is basically when price gets here, if it goes above, I'll enter, if it goes below, I'll exit. So making sure you have a process the entire workflow, not just the system, which is just your rules to enter or exit. So, building your trading plan, a strategy selection based on your personality. Identify whether you're better suited for scalping, day trading, swing trading, etc. This could be the amount of time that you have to dedicate, it could be the amount of anxiety or stress you can withstand. Your life, if you have a partner, if you have children, if you have outside commitments, all those things are going to dictate which one of these are better suited for you. And guess what? No one knows but you. Match your trading style to your schedule and temperament. Avoid adopting strategies just because they work for others. Now, the good thing about the strategy that I developed is you can use it on the lower and the higher time frames, and I show that in my live trading videos. And that's the beauty of it. It works no matter what time frame you use it on. You just have to practice to master it. So, building your plan, determine your risk per trade, set stop losses. Stop losses and take profit are basically your risk management. Understand and manage your drawdown. So, this is something that we have to do from the very beginning. Before I get into a trade, I have presets and I already know how much I'm going to lose if the trade goes against me. So, entry exit rules defined. Have objective criteria for entering and exiting trades. Avoid changing your mind in the middle unless there's a rule for it. So, technically, you got to follow rules unless you have a rule to break a rule. And I actually have a few rules. If I break this rule, this is particularly why I'm breaking it. Use limit orders or set alerts to help remove emotions. So, if any of my videos you've heard my alerts go off, that's because I have set those so I don't have to watch the charts. The charts tell me when they're ready to do what needs to be done. Mechanical execution, how to remove emotions from entries and exits. Rules. Like you just use your rules in your process. You execute your trades with a checklist. And this is so difficult. And that's why I put these cute little puppies here. They're just strolling without a care in the world. Walk away from a screen after a trade is placed is possible. The if possible comes from me swing trading. If I am day trading, it's kind of hard to walk away from the screen because I need to be in and out before the day ends. But if I am swing trading and I'm looking at a week, a month, a year, 2 years, or whatever, I can basically set it and forget it. So that part's a little difficult. And I mean, as you can tell, I'm like completely honest with people. I'm not trying to give you any false anything about trading. That part's difficult. But coming up with the rules and being able to execute according to a checklist, that part's easy. And I took care of a lot of that for you in my new course. So, setting alerts, automation, and checklist, TradingView alerts to notify you when price hits key level. So, right here, I added a line, and when you see that little clock on the screen, it's an alert that's going to go off. So, anytime price hits this line, it's going to notify me. Having a trading checklist to confirm that all conditions are met, and consider semi-automated tools to help manage your trades, such as like trailing stops. So you can put in a trailing stop that says every time you profit 45 cents, move up 10 cents or whatever the case may be. But you can put in some rules once you're in the trade to automatically have the computer manage your trade for you so you don't have to. Review. This is the part that most people don't do. Trade review and journaling to refine your execution. Review your trades either daily or weekly. Document your emotional state, mistakes, and lessons. Look for patterns in performance to optimize. Like I said, I have this whole system now that I can take your information and put it in, and we can talk about the issues that you have specifically. So that will be coming out soon. Systemize your trading, creating standard operating procedures for your trading. If you work in corporate, you're probably also familiar with standard operating procedures. So market prep, where are you going to look? Trade entry, where what time frame are you looking for your trade entry? End of the day review, are you going to do it as soon as you take a trade or at the very end of the trading day? Turn every step into a repeatable habit. That's probably the best advice I was actually given. If you cannot create a repeatable process that you can do over and over and over and over, you will struggle with trading. Like the process I created is so simple. You can do it in your sleep. And like I said, you can do it on any time frame. It's not time frame dependent. Back testing and forward testing your process. Back test at least 25 trades with your rules. When you do that back test, do not switch your rules up. Do not make adjustments. You have to test exactly as your rules are written. Forward test in a demo account before going live. Basically, forward testing means that you're testing in the live market with current data, and then track your results and refine as needed. So, how do we scale up? Increasing size gradually as confidence and results improve. So, one of the things I typically start out with is one contract when I'm trading. I'm kind of making sure that price is going to go in the direction I want it to go before I add more. If I want 10, it's very rare I am going to start with all 10, because if I take a loss on 10 contracts, that's way larger than taking a loss on one contract. So I prefer to start with one, test the waters, and then move into the other ones as the trade goes in my direction. Stick to your process even with more capital. So just because you have money, it doesn't mean that you change the process. You just basically scale up. So instead of one contract, maybe you start with two. And then when you scale up, instead of adding one, you add two. So you have to come up with a process that's going to work for you and keep you safe. So, real world applications, exercises, build your process, test it. I have built a great process, and you are more than welcome to test it. Create a template for your personal process, practice trades with checklists and journaling prompts, and weekly review challenge. Identify areas to improve. This is a job. Trading is a job. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of prep work. It's a lot of work when you're in the trade. It's a lot of work after the trade if you want to do it right. Now, once you get this process just rolling, um, where you can do this mechanically, meaning that you don't have to think. So think about driving home. If you drive home the same way every day, you don't really think, okay, here I have to go up here and turn a left. I got to make a right. You just kind of drive. And I guarantee you, there has been times in your life you have gotten home and you're kind of like, I'm not even really sure how I got here, because you were just driving and you weren't really thinking about what you're doing. That's kind of how you want your trading to be, that you have mastered your process so well that you just execute. When you see what you need to see, you're able to execute. And that's the way we want to be able to trade. Record yourself trading and following the process. I think Zoom, you can do like 45 minutes. So you can do a 45-minute video of yourself and then go back and see what it is you're doing, what it is you're talking about. So narrate your trades using the checklist. This is step one. I'm executing right here. Here's step two. Here's step three. Explain why you entered the trade. The review the video to find areas to improve. The whole purpose of this is to find areas to improve. And then this is some information you can use for a journal template. So you have your daily checklist. Did I follow my trading plan? Did I manage risk appropriately? Did I enter trades only when my criteria was met? Did I avoid emotional decision making? Did I review and journal each trade? If you don't want to have to journal and review 50 trades, don't take 50 trades, because literally you need the data from all 50 to get better. So be mindful of that. Emotional tracker. Track your emotional state before, during, after each trade. Were you calm, anxious, confident, fearful, excited, frustrated, revengeful, detached, tired, sleepy, hungry? Those aren't on there, but all those things are things that you can put on there to talk about your state. So if you notice that during your trade, you're often anxious or fearful or frustrated, then you've got to make some adjustments. You start to see your patterns and you can make adjustments. Um, so you want to, these are things you want to have there: date, time, what was your strategy setup, your entry exit points, position size, your results, your screenshots, what went well, what can be improved, what was your emotional state. So that can be in your journal template. And then your weekly prompts: what worked well for the week, what didn't work, what recurring mistakes did you make, what adjustments can you make to improve, did I stick to my process, what is one goal for next week. So your whole thing is to get better. That's the whole premise of this: to get better. I'm telling you, the technicals are the easy part. Managing you is where the challenge is. And all of this is designed to get you to work and be more mechanical and methodical about your trading. So if you want to learn more about a proven trading process, I have the ultimate trading course that I am so very proud of, that I released. 6 steps is all that it is. There are live videos of me showing you the 6 steps in the live market on a chart. I do chart breakdowns. I give you the down and dirty, because I know most of you guys, when you go into a course, you just like, give me the cliff notes. I don't really want to sit here and listen to all this stuff. So I actually put the cliff notes at the very beginning and then give you all the detailed information in the course after the down and dirty. So I know how people are, so I just gave it to you. So you can scan this QR code, get to the course, go over there. You can see the outline and see how things are. The whole thing is to have a proven process that's going to work. And like I said, the great thing about the process I developed: it works on the day, it works on the month, it works on the 15-minute, it works on the 30-minute. Time frame doesn't matter. You just got to make sure you follow the process every single time. And with those live videos and with the demonstrations, you see how I follow the process every single time. So, and it's simple enough to use. There are no indicators. I do give you two that you can use if you choose to, but you don't even need to use indicators. Can you? Yes. And I will tell you, if I'm using any indicators on my chart, it will probably be a moving average. Those are probably the only ones I will have on my chart. But you've got to keep those charts clean, guys. You can't have like 50 indicators and lines here and lines there. Like, you need to be able to process. And if you have all that information on your chart, your brain has to process and figure out what is it supposed to do with all of it. Probably the best thing about this program is it's a lifetime membership. You pay once, you never have to pay again. And I will add periodically more videos. There's also in there, this is another good thing, there is a swing trade. There's actually two long-term swing trades in there. And even in the charts that I break down, there's trades within those charts. Now, if you're buying this in the month of April 2025, all that information is going to be valid. If you are looking at this buying it after that point, that information may not be valid. So just be mindful of the dates that are in there. And I pretty much try to tell you when it's being recorded, so you can, one, go back and look at the chart, and two, be mindful of the date when you purchase it. So click that QR code, go take a look. It's a great process, and I think you're going to love it. I'll talk to you soon. You guys take care.